You said cold storage. It's important for you to keep that crypto off an exchange, off of a hot wallet, just somewhere as safe as it can be. What do you usually tell your followers as far as keeping crypto safe? Because it's not obvious how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, in general, for most people, cold storage is a great thing. Don't tell people where it is. Have it distributed, have the private key maybe split up here and there and there. These things are good. For some people, though, if you have ADHD or whatever, or like the tendency to lose things and your portfolio is $500, maybe it's safer on Binance than on a cold storage. Yeah. Maybe it doesn't make sense for a $500 holding to buy a $100 cold storage device. So it really depends. But in general, I would say cold storage, being the owner of your private keys, so the actual owner of that crypto, is the best, right? Whereas on an exchange, the exchange holds the private key, and technically, not legally, but technically, they own your money. And we saw 2013 with Mt. Gox, this exchange which went down. What can happen? We saw it with FTX. What can happen if an exchange goes down? Your money is gone, right? I think some FTX people might get back some money now, but still.
What about personal safety? I mean, I think in Toronto, we saw like the CEO of a big crypto company just get nabbed for 24 hours, and the crypto company said they had to pay a ransom. Or in certain places, we hear people go missing. Even where I'm from in London, people knock on your door pretending to be police, these kinds of things. And it's not just for people like you, but these days, there's a lot of people with crypto out there on their wallets. And unlike money in the bank or a property, it can be liquidated very quickly. Just curious, is that make your life challenging? And how should people think about that?
Yeah, there's always, philosophically, you have safety and freedom, and they are somehow a little bit in competition to each other, right? The more safety you have, maybe a little bit less freedom. The more freedom you have, the less safety. But this is an important topic for everyone. I think don't be too flashy. Maybe don't be flashy and at the same time go to places like Mexico or something. Like, there are, of course, a few things which common sense should tell you that will increase your risk. Overall, I think for everyone who reaches a very high level of financial freedom, you can up your security, and you can consider places like Dubai, which are completely mind-blowing in terms of safety, or Singapore, completely mind-blowing, really absolutely insane what degree of safety you feel here, because people can just, you can walk around with a $5 million watch in the worst area of Dubai, and nothing can happen. I could get the most expensive watch, put it on the arm of my girlfriend, let her walk in the worst area in the middle of the night, and I could sleep well. I know it's fine. Right? So
that's an amazing city in that standpoint. And try to do the same thing in London with a $500,000 watch.
Oh, in the best area, it's horribly dangerous. I mean, I love London, and their people are amazing, and I like the city and the food and everything, but safety-wise, I don't think if I'm gonna ever go to London.
Probably any major city now, LA, New York, Paris, London. I mean, these days you can expect probably something like that to happen.
Yeah. And the reasons are, of course, moral and ethical degeneration, but also just because people are doing worse and worse. And for the reason which we mentioned in the very beginning of that interview, that we have a financial system which is robbing them of their purchasing power. And at one point, people start to be a criminal, right? But when that doesn't help anymore, they would literally some people would be cannibals because they want to survive, right? So we just have such a high degree of suffering in the world that it forces crime to increase, and that's a very sad fact.
Yeah, it's a system of our own creation.
Yes. It's very, very unfortunate. I mean, it will end. If we just zoom out in the history of civilizations, we have these like curves, right? And eventually a civilization collapses and builds it up from the ground again. And I think we are in the inside of that collapse, and it's getting worse until it gets better.
And look at the Roman Empire. It's a perfect example. I mean, they literally ran the world with some of the greatest technology and the greatest systems of organizing humans, and they controlled most of the world. And they ended up evaluating their currency, and it all crumbled
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
You can look at pretty much every fiat currency system and find a story there.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the investment club.